pick up a kill there. So the Helmet Dominator didn't really do much with that, but they still managed to find that one, and now with the ice armor, they can take the tower down. I mean, all of the heroes here anyways, it would have gone down regardless.
The regen is also very underestimated. On 8 a second is ridiculous. It's like, you know, a lot of times you need an urn so you can continue pushing, but with the Helmet Dominator, you don't actually need it anymore.
So ROTK in the mid lane. The rest of his team is sort of behind him here. We might see some recall plays in from GH if they wanted to defend it, but it looks like, at least for now, they're going to push out the bottom lane and then all rotate towards the mid. I kind of want to see, a lot of the times when it's been VGJ winning with this type of a draft, it's been off the back of pushing a tower and then Darkrafting in.
Taking a road.
Yeah, and like taking these objectives consistently. So I'm expecting after this them to go for some more 5-man strats. I'll put a Malice down, the jump forward Remnant able to catch on to GH, but he's already gone back out and away. And
not respecting Glimpse. It would have been okay, I think, for both times that he died had there been a Glimpse in the game.
Oh, and there's the Dark Rift. Going to pull in 3 with it, and they're going down bottom, but won't be able to catch out anybody there.
Dark Rift into like a Glimpse catch is actually kind of a cool combo. As well as Kinetic Field plus Pit of Malice. Oh.
Yeah, those heroes just synergize quite well together.
Yep. To be fair, Pit Lord kind of synergizes well with most heroes. Oh yeah, with Stun, okay, I'm just going to root you for like 8 seconds.
Well, and granted, the other thing is that he also is going to be starting to do a ton with that Atrophy aura. You think about Terrorblade, it's the base reduction. That's so much damage reduction against the TB, but the jump in, the catch, they have the Kinetic Field down, and, well, the Roar as well. He is going to drop. They find that. But the Glimpse trying to pull him in. FY, nice chains away by Matsamba.
Yeah, Pit Lord has done a lot. He is still managing to pick up items despite his massive amounts of deaths this game. And Ursa hasn't really been able to get involved, and you can tell that Liquid just don't really want to fight him. Terrorblade's just been constantly jungling, they've been shifting lanes around so that Ursa hasn't been able to capitalize on his strong laning phase, and it's kind of up to Ember Spirit to catch the heroes that don't want to be caught.
And we do still have the, Coddle and the Beastmaster helping to facilitate all this movement around the vision that you get there as well, to allow the heavy hitters from Liquid to hopefully get into position. But it looks like now the Invis rune from Ursa, hoping to find somebody. Doesn't look like he'll be able to catch.
They're going to see this blast, though, so he's going to head around, try and circle around the Keeper, perhaps.
He's just going to back out there for the moment, though. Liquid.
They're just trying to farm up, get to this point where Terrorblade's going to be so big, because they don't have the best heroes to instantly kill his illusions. They have, Firestorms, quite a long cooldown. Ember Spirit doesn't have Maelstrom yet, and all the other heroes are just not very good at dealing with the Terrorblade. So once Terrorblade gets Manta plus Lance / Pike, oh.
That would have been a nice pickup for them.
That would have been a nice pickup, but they're wasting a lot of time. And Terrorblade has had uninterrupted jungle farming for the last, 7-8 minutes, I would say. And I think it's just going to keep on continuing. Keeper, once he gets Ags, it's going to be even more annoying. And then they have the Hawk. And at the same time, they're also pressuring towers and just getting away with free damage on the T2s, where Ursa, yeah, he has an Aegis and he's very strong, but he can't catch anyone.
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, this lineup here, and you think about Blinding Light a little bit later on as well. In the midst of those fights, you just push back that Ursa. I mean, is this a game where he's going to need to pick up like a BKB and an Aghanims potentially, or what are your thoughts on that?
I do like BKB and Ags, but at the same time, I think he needs Basher as well, so he can actually kill a hero like Timbersaw.
It's kind of the problem with the hero in general, I guess. A bit tough to make it work. Haste Rune could certainly help, but it looks like GH is going to take that and just run away on his little pony.
Like, he just sees all these heroes and he just can't kill them. Sad life for Big Bear. Well, now they really want to force something. They're like, we have Aegis, we haven't been able to catch anyone, let's push them towers, so perhaps they'll fight us. Perhaps being the key word here.
I mean, like you mentioned, it feels like it has to be that glimpse to pull somebody back in and get them under control with the kinetic field. But even that, it sort of relies upon Liquid being out of position to begin with, which they just haven't really been. They're playing around it pretty well since those first couple of kills. Maybe an ROTK Dark Rift to the bottom lane as this tower ends up falling to try and jump on him. Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to go for here. And Freeze can potentially catch, and looks like they're going to jump in with the rest of them. Cancels it at the last second. FY is left alone now, and well, the jump in, they've caught out two. They decide to turn the fight towards the mid like Chrome and Tubberman go down.
FY doesn't even die.
Wow. What a play. That was really good. The fake back, and now they're getting ready to assault high ground.
Oh, this is exactly what they're looking for. Terrorblade is not nearly strong enough to actually defend this, and he doesn't even have a TP scroll.
No, they canceled the TP. That's what that was. That was that jump in there.
I thought we're actually trying to...
Oh, kinetic field now as well. They're going to be able to take down
They
GH.
got that big hero.
All right. And that's your high ground holder.
He also popped his ultimate and wasn't able to recall anyone too. So, yeah. I thought they were trying to set up with the stun on the button. Were they trying to set up, or they were trying to cancel TPs?
I didn't see if they got the stun on it or not, but it does look like, at the very least, by the end of it, he didn't have a TP. So I'm assuming it must have been. Like, you don't go down there without a TP, I'm sure.
He might have TP'd somewhere else, and then he might have gotten recalled. I'm pretty sure he got recalled on there, but regardless, VG make a lot happen with a fake Dark Horse.
Yeah. They didn't end up taking the tower, of course. Brought it down fairly low, but it's a scary moment, and it feels like they're definitely getting the better in the engagements. You look at the net worth across the board, and they're up at the top 3 of the top 4. And this is a lineup that can snowball if they're given this type of a lead.
Yeah, once you get Greaves and Pipe on the Underlord, you can actually deal with Keeper super easily. You Pipe, you get Mana Leak, you just Greaves it off, no problem. Then you can just kind of assault the high ground, but there is still a large amount of AoE aside from that to kind of deep push, mostly from the Timbersaw, who is still currently working on his Bloodstone.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's a sad life as well. I mean, the hood, it's such a great item in this game as well, but it's sort of one of those moments where you'd love to be able to get that mana regen, just farm up across the map easier, and gotta stay alive, though.
Gotta stay alive, and he has the Keeper for mana. And looks like GH is still working for his axe. He did go for a 4-staff first, perhaps to save himself from the Ursa or from the Ember Spirit, but will not save him from Glimpse, and GH is in a very precarious position.
Needs to back out a little bit.
Fenrir is going to look for him. Is he going to be able to find GH in time before he TPs out? GH throws out one more Illuminate. Fenrir will not be able to find him.
Yeah. Well, he's sticking around again, but it looks like he's finally heading out. So it feels like, again, VGJ, they've got the Aegis finally gone. What's the big play? Can they make stuff happen without Roshan there? As we hear another Dark Rift.
They could take down T2s.
Okay.
But they can't push high ground without Aegis. I think that's way too risky.
It does look like they're going to be pressuring towards this top lane. And Liquid, do you think that they feel comfortable just laying these falls and keep on farming away on your Terrorblade?
At the minimum, he needs Manta Style. And he is 500 gold away, so like that's the bare minimum I think that he needs to fight Manta and Dragonlance. Manta is just incredibly good for your damage output, having those meta delusions around you.
God, look at GH. He's just stayed there the whole time and keeps on spamming out the Illuminate. Nobody's going to deal with them, but they still take the 2-2.
Yeah. So he will have agged 1,200 gold. Will he be able to have that on the high ground push that might come with the Roche? Let's see what Roche respawn is going to be. 2 minutes, 21 seconds.
Okay.
It's fairly long. Ursa's going for Dezo too, so he's all in for damage. And great for the siege. Great synergy with Amplify. Not the best at dealing with Terrorblade illusions though. So it's good if they want to push early. It's bad if this gets much later.
Or if he gets like roared or something, I feel like it's pretty bold to just go straight for that. It's like relying so much on
fighting
Aegis. Yeah, I guess that's true. So in response to that for Liquid, is it just like jump in blinding light the Ursa and
blinding light isn't terribly reliable because he can rage it off.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So it's mostly just don't let it get to the point where they can actually push high ground. So keep wasting time, keep split pushing with the Keeper, keep bringing around people with the recall, keep scouting out with the Terrorblade illusions and the Beastmaster summons. Just keep on stalling. It's kind of like the Naga game, except they don't have a Naga this time. They have a Terrorblade who is much better come team fights later into the game.
Top tower has been
GH has just lived up here. And go. That's great. It goes for the TP immediately.
No signs.
No signs of leaving at all, clearly. But now
He didn't even finish Greaves, actually, on Underlord.
Hmm.
It's very unusual. Plate mail could be the rest of his pipe. It could be a Greaves, pretty much. But instead, he's going to go for... I actually don't know what he's going to go for with that. Shivas?
Just force that?
Casual?
I don't know. I don't mean
No, the plate wheel?
I was talking about. I thought that they were going for a fight there, but GH force staffed away.
He's just being annoying. But, I mean, big bad ROT gets in front with a hood, so he doesn't really care about Illuminate.
They're setting up on him, though. Trying to go in. The show, at least for the moment, from a Tumbleman, but Mind Control has now shown up. They throw out the big ulti. There's the roar onto ROTK. He is already enraged, though, but there's the damage. They have enough to take him down, and Fenrir also gone. She is going to fall to freeze, but Tumbleman is just a monster in these fights, and I feel like Fenrir is kind of stuck here for the moment. They're going to run into a miracle. The right clicks come through, and well, sleight of fist, but he's gone. 4 dead for VGJ.
That force staff from Keeper at the start, that's what won them the fight. He pushed the Timbersaw outside of the kinetic field and static storm to actually get his damage off. And the roar on Ursa, he gets disabled during his ultimate, so he doesn't do any damage. I actually don't know where Ember was at the start of the fight. Maybe he was like buying his Blink Dagger or something like that, but he was not able to damage. And of course, Miracle just came from the side. Okay, I have Meta, I have Manta, and he just chopped down everyone.
Well, very, very quickly. Tumbleman now, he's got 16 Bloodstone charges on top of the hood. So suddenly this hero that was kind of struggling for farm before is just tremendously farmed now. And, well, the jump in, the blink, they're trying to take him down, but Tumbleman is going to be able to back out, at least for the moment, and the glimpse to pull him back in a lot of trouble, but still able to back out. Is going to maybe have to suicide here. He's taking a lot of damage, but he's still surviving through all of it. The reactive armor, and now aggressive is gone. They're not going to be able to bring him down. Oh, wow. The Hex, freeze controlled and maybe going to be killed off as well. They take him down, 3 gone, trying to Dark Rift out, but Tumble lived through all of that.
Yeah, he is incredibly tanky right now, and I think they're just going to go for Roshan, and now, I mean, the keep away game has been played to perfection by Liquid up until this point where they actually want to fight. Now that they know that Miracle is actually big and bad, and he's actually going to have a Scotty quite soon, which was kind of incredible considering his early game deaths.
Oh my god, look at GH here in the mid lane, just being a menace right now to ROTK.
I actually think he's playing the best out of anyone on Liquid in this early game. He's kind of just like, yeah, he's dying, but
oh my god, GH! Have mercy! The force staff away, everything thrown out. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, you can tell why Keeper is very first pick material for both of these teams.
Oh, that was gorgeous.
That was, like, Keeper's just like, yeah, you can jump me if you want, but...
Force staff, blinding light, and now you got the heals coming in for the team.
Yeah, this game's looking to be over quite soon.
No way to stop it. Yeah, there's just so much. Right? Before, when they jump on Tumbleman before, like, now he's got the heals at the same time, everything else working out for him. They are going to throw out a good bit of damage from aggressive, trying to take down Tumbleman, but it basically brings him down to a quarter HP, and now healed back up to full. ROTK just forced to back away, and well, there's going to be the last whirling death. The racks go down. Potentially the dreams of VGJ or the clean sweep. This is looking like it's going to go to a game 3 unless something changes rather rapidly.
They have the Keeper Ag time, everyone's getting healed up. They have the Aegis on Terror Plate. The only thing that's really stopping them is Meta, but Meta still has a good fight.
No buyback on RTK. It's going to be really hard for them to chase too much further. The roar comes out. It's controlled and maybe going to be killed off. They get up. Everything else thrown out against them. GG gets called 26 minutes in. Liquid are going to force it to a game number 3.
That is how you waste a team's time. Okay, that's how you play Keeper and just play keep away with Keeper. Like, they could not push. They couldn't catch him. They couldn't really do any significant damage. He just stalled out. And like that's kind of an Ursa's worst nightmare. Like you want to fight all the time, but no one